Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome to Elite Dangerous. You find me in the Kongga system on the hunt for Konga Ale. Now, Konga Ale is one of the items that is required by an engineer, John Jameson, the great-grandchild of the original protagonist in the original Elite game. Now, if you haven't already done so, please click the subscribe button and the like button, and also take a look out now for that notification icon, which will let you know when I'm uploading more videos for Elite Dangerous to YouTube, and you don't miss another video. As is indicative with all engineering missions, or most engineering missions within this game, you have to supply a quantity of a rare item, in this case Konga Ale, to the engineer to enable to unlock them and unlock their upgrades. Now, Konga Ale is available in the Kongga system at Laplace Ring. Now, the Kongga system was bereft, I think, of any drama. I managed to get to the space station without being challenged by any NPCs, and indeed players. In regards to this, getting the rare item, once you get into system, is pretty much straightforward. Dock with that old Coriolis station, into the commodities market, and then purchase the maximum amount that you can possibly get. In this case, it's 4 tons. Now you need 25 tons. Now there you go, little advert for Konga Ale, eh? So, once you've got your 4 tons at any one time, and I tried increasing this by increasing my rank with the station, and it didn't work. You then got to go to the Founder's Planet. Now, this is about 6 jumps away, 5-6 jumps away. Now, my ASP is engineered to about 40 light years as a jump range. So there is a bit of a grind going back and forth with your 4 tons at a time. But it took me about an hour and a half, I think, without scanning too many things on the way, getting there and doing the mission, and pretty much staying on message. Now, in the Founders system, Jameson Base is located on one of the planets, and on that planet as well as a few other items, like a few security bases, etc. You know what I'm talking about. So the approach to the planet, it's a high gravity planet. So if you're flying a larger ship than like what I've got, now I say I've got my ASP, then you're going to find landing without a docking computer a bit of a challenge. And when I say a bit of a challenge, trying to land an Anaconda here, I thought was downright difficult. So here we are on approach to Jameson Base. We've requested docking, and we've got our clearance. As I mentioned, John Jameson is one of the great-granddaughters of John Jameson, and she specialises in many upgrades that I found were quite good at reducing weight and increasing jump range. So as an explorer, which as she is, that's pretty good if you're looking out to go into the deep space missions and over to Sagittarius A and the like. So scanners and utilities are basically her forte. Wake scanners and the like. Life support, reducing weight on that. Shielded life support. That sort of thing. Now on her base there are several old battered ships like Type 9s, Anacondas and the like littered around, pads full of snub fighters. So quite an interesting base to take a look around with the external camera, if that's what you're into. You know, there's domes for the forestry, diamondback explorers, on pads, stacked up. And what are they stacked up for? So, getting to Lorry, you have to unlock Marco Gwent and be of a rank dangerous. And in turn, ensure that you have access to the Founder's World. So there is quite a bit of a stipulation to get in there. So once you're docked, accessing starport services, pretty much straightforward. And then, after you've refueled, you've gone to the engineer workshop and you've made your donation or tribute. And there you go, I'm doing my first 4 tons, or first 3 tons there, because I lost a ton. You got that long grind of going back and forth the Kongga system, picking up 4 tons at a time, and then delivering them back to the engineer. Though generally this engineer station is quite bright, and like some of the others, there's quite a lot to see. You've got the ships on the pads to have a look at, but do be careful when landing because gravity is an absolute trial. Now upgrades, as I mentioned, that are available: life support, wake scanners, normal scanners, all those things that you don't typically think, well, if I reduce weight here, I'm going to increase my jump range. And the increase wasn't dramatic, but as they say everywhere, every little helps. And I did have a hell of a lot of materials and data, and I wanted to try and offload those and not just dump them. So going to this engineer I thought was a damn good idea. Now there's no stock of weapons at this engineer, just utilities and the like. Also you've got the main Coriolis station in the system, where if you've got access here you can get cheaper ships, and there's quite a saving to be made. In fact, I went and bought an Anaconda here. Because, well, I'd had one for a while, I'd sold it and got my Imperial Cutter. And I thought, well, what with the Thargoid release of 2.4 coming, it would be a prudent idea to have as many bigger ships as I possibly could. Now I did make quite a good bit of profit at the Wuganagi system, and there's a video about that on YouTube on how to do it. You can also increase your Empire rank there as well, very similar to what it's like with Quints. Now Quints, you're going to get Federation rank, and there's passenger missions. With Wuganagi, you've got surface missions and quite lucrative trade deals between a Coriolis, 2 trading hubs in one system, and then in the other system you've got destroy the base, destroy the power generator, link up with a skimmer control system, and the like. Now I'm not going to sit here and bore you with the multiple trips of going back and forth the Kongga system to get Konga Ale. All that was done by me, like I say, over a period of about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it was pretty much uneventful. Jumping around to the systems, doing a bit of scooping so you don't run out, fuel, and then dropping in, picking up 4 tons of Konga Ale, and then making your way back. Now on my final run here, which is where I was able then to unlock the engineer. The journeys throughout the systems were so uneventful. To be fair, it was quite boring. A little bit of excitement, or making this one of the systems an anarchy system where you were being pulled out, would have sort of broken up with a little bit of combat. So it was very tedious, I'll have to say. So here you go, I'm just on my final approach now and about to touch down on the landing pad. And then I'm going to drop off my remaining couple of tons to the engineer and finally unlock them. So a bit of refuel, down to the engineer's workshop. Here we go, and there it is, donate. Only 2 tons, so 2 tons left in my cargo hold. So you've got fuel scoops, sensors, and the like. Now Laurie Jameson does deal with some of the modules that you don't think are going to be necessarily ripe for engineering. Fuel scoop, for example. And for this I'm using worn emitters. Now I was always wondering, what am I going to use worn emitters for? And I had quite a few of them in my material store. But here, you know, I can increase integrity at the expense of a little bit of additional power draw. But the ship can handle it, so I'm quite happy with that. As long as there's not an increase in mass. Again, like with life support. Life support, you have to have it, so why not make it lighter weight? Makes perfect sense to me. So I've been Ricardo, and this has been Elite Dangerous and the unlocking of the engineer Laurie Jameson by going to Kongga system and buying Konga Ale. Once there, you can engineer all your other modules such as life support, wake scanners, fuel scoops, and the like. Please check back for more videos in the series, and we can't wait for 2.4 the return. See you soon, fly safe.